So what's the dessert that in the comment section they were saying was one of the worst desserts they've ever had, and people were literally begging them to never make it again? It's Sandra Lee's Banana Alaska. Bob said back in 2006 it was extremely difficult to put together and the taste was foul, not a winner with my family. Matthew said it was wet, slimy, and disgusting. We will never try anything like this again. Gross. Warden said this is one of the worst desserts ever. Nancy said this is really bad. Loretta said, I have made a great number of her dessert recipes and most have come out well. You do find the occasional dud though, and sorry to say, this is one of them. Too much work and it didn't taste good to anyone in our family. Martina said, I have banned this Banana Alaska from my keeper file. It's really that bad. And finally, Mary says, I love her recipes, but this one flopped so bad, I'm not willing to try it a second time.
Thin slices. And be careful with your fingers. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do is just take this and stir this in here and set this to the side and let this just set up. Before I make that meringue, I want to show you what I've baked. These are just cookies. You can use cookie dough from the package, you know, the refrigerated cookie dough. You might even add a teaspoon or two of almond extract to change the flavor, and you're going to bake these. And how I got these round discs, very easy. All I did was I took the bottom of the spring form pan, right, to create the perfect size. I cut it out and then I just baked them. Very simple to do. Now, one of the cookie discs I'm going to put into this pan. Then I am going to take my ice cream, and this is softened. That's why you want to bring it out and let it set on the counter for a minute or two. And I am going to use about 1.5 pints for this. And then you're going to spread this around. There we go. Okay. Now, the other cookie disc goes on top of that. And then you're going to put the pudding on this. Just like that. Great. Yummy. Now, to the top of this, I'm just going to place some toasted sliced almonds. And now it's really important that you do this quickly because the ice cream is going to start to melt. You need a couple different layers on here. It's very important that you cover this with not only plastic wrap, but also with aluminum foil. And you can see my ice cream's already starting to melt. There we go. Then you want to put this right into the freezer. And by the way, all this wrapping is also going to protect your freezer from becoming messy because remember, the ice cream was already melting. Now I have one also setting up here. It needs to go in here for about an hour or two. But while that's in there, I am going to make meringue. Now this is very simple to make. All you want to do is, I need egg whites. I bought egg whites at the store, but of course you could get these yourself out of eggs in your refrigerator. We're going to pop these egg whites right into a bowl. Make sure it's deep enough to use a mixer. And now with your mixer, and we change the beaters, and then put them in here and start frothing this. You want to get this going before you add sugar, and you're going to gradually add that sugar. Okay. Now a little bit to start. Do not dump all that sugar in there at once. You have to put it in there gradually. Now this is about 1/2 cup of sugar and 2 egg whites. Now also to this, I just want to add about a teaspoon, which is a cupful of almond extract. This is going to give you great flavor. Look at how shiny and beautiful this is. Okay. Now this is going to make some beautiful peas. Pop these into the sink, and I am going to grab my Banana Alaska, and I'm going to put this onto a plate. Now you want to make sure that this is an oven-safe plate. I've already started my broiler. Unwrap here, and then we're also going to unwrap all this plastic. Look at that. Yum, yum. Now, just pop this. There we go. And that's an easy release. Now, if you want to, you can take the bottom off Or you can leave it right on here and just place that right onto the plate. Now, I'm just going to come in here and take all of my meringue and pop that right on the top. We're going to make pretty little peaks. Spread this around like it's a cake. I want you to use every little bit because you're going to make some beautiful peaks. And all you do to make those peaks is come in here with a butter knife. And look at that. That's all you want to do. And I want you to make as many little peaks as you can because that's what gets crunchy and yummy on the outside and everybody's going to think you're brilliant. Now, open the oven first and the broiler's nice and hot. So this is going to go on. Be very careful with this. Right underneath the broiler. And you're literally going to watch this. I want to cover it just a little bit, but you're going to keep an eye on that. All right, now, I bought the cutest cake pedestal for my tablescape. Look at this. Isn't this darling? But I have to tell you something. This is so fast. You have to keep an eye on this. Look, it is already done. They bake up very quickly. It's gorgeous. Okay, bring that right over to your cake pedestal. Put it on there. This is a magnificent dessert. You know what? I want you to take all the credit for this dessert because you deserve it. No one has to know you didn't do all the work yourself. That's absolutely fine. And it's going to be perfect with my tropical dinner. And I'm going to make you a great cocktail in just a second. I'm going to put this on the table and you stay here with me.